All right, guys. So back for the final video before I clock out for the weekend. And no, I'll be probably back tomorrow and Sunday. Perhaps we'll see. But I gotta go get something to eat, and I have to go enjoy this Friday. So is you. But this video is very, very, very crucial to tie in all the theories that I've been throwing at you throughout today's videos. So basically, them passing or proposing yesterday's rule about the ATSs having to report, you know, basically what they're doing in there. And this is where all the craziness and all the fireworks are. Feel free, by the way, guys, to go to the Federal Register, and you can see it there and read through it. It's many pages that's in it, but I'm gonna give you the bread and butter out of this. So basically, where's my best parts? So basically, the all that what like back in September of 2020, the like before September of 2020, like things were just like a wild west, you know, and it still is. But I'm gonna tell you, in September of 2020, look how long. The SEC made a proposal, and it had a lot of things in it where they would have to, you know, like the ATSs, which is again the dark pools, would have to report things. But even that proposal was missing so many things. So they put it there, and they left it on the Federal Register so that, you know, it can go for comments. And they kept kicking the implementation of this ruling down the road more and more. And we're here now, today, March 18th, as we can see, basically. Now it's being put on the register again, and the comments are due by April 18th. So hopefully, by the 18th of April, we don't get another can kicked down the road. If that happens, then it's not at that point. You're kind of like following just the event of how things will work out. Anywho, we're not going to talk about dates as far as when the squeeze will happen, but this gives you, again, a closer image. For me, it did, and it worked out pretty well. So again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, neither this is financial advice. So with me saying that all the dark pools, like with the original proposal in September of 2020, having to report many things, and even that was, so if you go through the file and see that so many things were not, like, they did not even have to do, like, look at this, an ATS that limits its securities activities to government securities or reverse purchase agreements on government securities, repos, repo and reverse repo, and registers as a broker dealer or is a bank. Can you feel, like, can you hear all this stuff? Basically, currently, and as we speak, still is until now, is exempted from government. Currently is exempted. Sorry, let me read this. Currently is exempted from the government securities ATS, which is basically exempt from the exchange registration and is not required to comply with regulation ATS. Further, ATSs that trade both government securities and non-government securities are and basically corporate bonds and stuff like that are subject to regulation ATS, but are not required to comply with many of its investor protection and fair and orderly markets provisions. This is mind-boggling, guys, right? Including public transparency rules and obligation to provide fair access to investors if the ATS has significant trading volume. In addition, ATSs that trade government securities are not subject to the system integrity provisions of regulation SCI. So the most important one, guys, was the fact that they mentioned up here that the currently exempt, the ones that have limited securities activities to government securities or reverse repurchase agreements with the Federal Reserve, those guys they're exempt from exchange registration and is not required to comply with the regulations of the ATS at all. Uh, so this is why I tied my theory to the repo and reverse repo and why they needed it, so they can so they can have the money to keep prolonging this play. This is why it almost feels like, this thing is never ending and whatever. Well, with the Federal Reserve beginning to easy on that, now you're seeing that this is why I'm bullish and on the near term. Now all that unfortunately has been kicked down the road from September of 2020 till now. Now here's the cool part. To promote operational transparency, investor protection system integrity, fair and orderly markets, and regulatory oversight for government securities of ATSs, the Commission proposed as we come up to now, to eliminate the exemption from compliance with the regulation ATS for currently exempt government securities, ATSs, dark pools. Require all government security ATSs to publicly file Form ATS-G, on which they would disclose information about their operation and potential conflicts of interest. Provide a process for the Commission to review Form ATS-G disclosures for clarity, completeness, and potential violations of law, and if necessary, declare ineffective Form ATS-G filings and require an ATS that has significant volume for U.S. Treasury securities or agency securities. And they would have to establish reasonable standards for access to the ATS and apply those standards to all prospective and current subscribers in a fair and non-discriminatory manner, pursuant, and they will tell you the pursuant rule 301B5. What else is cool here? And comply with the operational capability, security, business containing, In addition, a proposal of regulation of fixed income electronic. In addition, the proposal on the basically is also making on the regulation of fixed income electronic trading platforms. The concept release requested comments on a wide range of topics, including the different regulatory treatment among fixed income electronic trading platforms that use diverse trading protocols or business models, and various aspects of government securities, corporate bonds, and municipal securities trading, including their operations, services, fees, market data, and participants. Now, I think this, for me, this is enough, especially with the fact that, looking back at what the initial proposal was, and what is changing to now, basically even those that were not required to submit, which were in whom they were repo and reverse repo participants, even those guys have to do the complete opposite and have to report. Now, this thing stops getting its comments by April 18th, and I strongly advise anyone, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I can advise this. You should go to the SEC or to the Federal Register, find that, and basically go to the commenting section and write your comments, write what you think. Now, let me be clear, guys. Most of the people who commented on this since September of 2020 have all been in favor of the regulation. The only thing they've been sending back their complaints about this or that, or no, you should not do this and that. If we get this passed, guys, and April 18th this thing is in, and it's you know, they will tell you after that, the SEC will tell you that, you know, after 30 days, it will be completely embedded into the system or so. Then you could easily see how this whole thing is switching. Now, will they wait? The real question here is, will they wait until all these things come to fruition and then get caught like that? Or will they just create some sort of run up right now and let the squeeze kind of go down, whether the real squeeze or a June squeeze happen, and then eventually it comes down to like what we do. At the end of the day, time is on our hand and it's not on their side. A lot of people get that confused. A lot of people think that time is on their side, on the other people's side, and it really is not. They're living day to day, and it's costing day to day. And where for us, it's we're kind of like parking it on the side, but we're not living day to day on that play, unless you over leveraged yourself, and that was the first wrong thing to do in investing 101. You know, you just don't go all in and expect it to happen, and if it didn't, you don't have a plan B. Nevertheless, we're here now. If you're on board, that's all that matters. Hang on tight, and let's see what comes our way. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Sorry if I took a lot of your time, but this is needed. Hopefully it made any sense to you. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, guys. If you haven't liked the videos, please also like them so we can push it out to more and more people. Much love.